Hello everybody, welcome to Tier 2 STB League. I think we're on round, gosh, what round are we on? 4, 5? Don't know, who knows, I'll find that out. But we are here in France, definitely a jam-packed race ahead of us. It is raining in the race, so be prepared for some slip and slides as we see Matt do appallingly bad in Tier 2 P6, oh dear. This is round round 5. We've got Singapore next week. We do have Tier 3 tomorrow here, so if you want to tune into that as well, you can do. There are a few people that haven't set a lap, one of those being Maudi. I don't know how long left is in the session. I can assume not too long, 5 minutes, just over 5 minutes. So we'll see how well we get along there. His side effects enters into Sector 3. We'll see if he can set a decent lap time around here. Doesn't particularly like the hard tyres around this circuit, so he's probably glad that it's raining. There's a decent few corners there as he comes around the penultimate corner and into the final corner here. Nice wide exit, doesn't touch the curb on the inside, quite a nice exit on that corner. DRS flap open, we'll see what he is going to set. It'll be in 129 regions, I think. Yeah, 129.6 and only P12. So, not sure if he's got enough time to get around again and come back in. He may just have enough time, but we will see. We will see. We move on down the list. Blaze Rapid on a lap, purple middle sector, over, just under 2 tenths up, which would put him probably 1 or 2 places higher than he is already. We'll see how well he hits the last couple of corners in this sector. In the Red Bull, currently not doing too well in the championship as of round 5. Looks to be quite decent though in the final sector, coming around the corner. This is normally where the drivers are hitting about 122 seconds, probably a little bit slow, so I would assume that he's somewhere in the top 10 after this lap. And actually he's not, it didn't improve. Interesting one. Very interesting one. One to keep an eye on tonight is Danny. Seems to be 8 seconds up. I don't think that was quite true. He is coming into the pit, so we don't need to worry about him too much. The Brazilian driver FRW Janino. See how well he can do. Currently 7th position behind Mafia. Let's see if he can improve his time any more. Just from the eye, it does look like a decent lap. The blue strips on the left and right side of the circuit are designed to make the car slow down. And he does go from P7 all the way up to P3. So, second row start provisionally for the Ferrari. Drive his teammate down in P9, the Spanish driver. Let's have a look. I will open the stream for you guys just to make sure that the sound and audio and stuff is okay. Bear with me. There we go, I think I'm all good with that, so that's fine, let's jump on. Now Darkin had a really good first sector in the first couple of runs that he did. He is 2 tenths up, currently that put him with a 0.4, so he is somewhere around 8th to 6th position. I do have chat up, by the way, so if you do want to come and chat, make me less bored when the racing calms down, then feel free to do so. I'll just go into the aerial camera on the Mercedes drive. The mix of strategies that these drivers can do tonight is quite varied. You know, if they were in the dry, you can do medium soft, you can do hard medium, but I think it will be a 1-stop race, potentially a 2-stop race. If Trevino was 122 coming out of that corner, Darkin should be in the top 4 here. What does he set? And he does go pole by well over a tenth there, so Well done, Darkin. Provisionally on pole position. We do have both of the McLarens out on the circuit. These drivers should be able to set a little bit of a quicker time than a 29. Maudi retiring from a session of 29.8, so he will start at least P16 there, depending on if Victor can set a better timer, which I don't think he's going to be able to, because I don't think he's coming out of the pits. So that's him done. We have the Williams of Aguero out on the circuit, again entering into Sector 3. We'll see how well he can improve, if he will improve, that is. I've got to say, do like France, it's a nice flowing circuit. You know, there are many places that you can get a penalty and a few warnings on this circuit, but it's a nice kind of circuit regardless of whether you're on wheel or pad, so it's a pretty mixed grid between wheel and pad drivers tonight, and we'll see how well the Williams can do coming out of the final corner. Seems to be up on his time, at least I think. We'll see what time he sets. Will it be in the 129s? It certainly will. Doesn't move, I want to say. I don't know. I don't really see. People to look out for. Callum on a lap, just in front of his teammate Joey. Joey with an absolute stormer of a first couple of corners. Callum over a 10th up now. Here he is. Can he take provisional pole in this French Grand Prix? We'll keep swapping between the two, and Joey has invalidated, so that's unfortunate for Joey. He's a 10th up as well. He might be under threat there from Hypnos. But we'll keep on board just for a moment with Callum. The qualifying session has done, so Darkin provisionally on pole will get... Oh, and he won't get another lap. We've got some traffic backing up as well in Sector 2, so hopefully no one gets impeded there. So Tharlo, 6th position is the highest that he will start in this race. Nice wide berth for Callum. Probably wouldn't have touched that inside curb there, as you do lose a little bit of time. But can he do it? Danny goes up to P2, so we've got two Mercedes drivers in the top two. Darkin provisionally pole at this time, but I think he's going to get snatched away from Callum here. Danny, like I said, P2. Can Callum do it? He can't. He must have lost loads of time in that last sector. He cannot do it. We'll see what Joey can set anyway. Don't think it's going to be any better. $29.114. No, so just slowy for there. Mafio goes up to P4. Farlow's not going to set a better time. Neither is he. Neither is Alva. Can side effects go any higher than 12? Yes, he can. He can go 9th. So a top 10 start for side effects there. And I think that rounds us off. Toby moving up as well into P6. And it looks like Danny's got the P2. And that is your qualifying grid. I'm just going to go quiet for a bit until the race starts. If you've got any race predictions, please feel free to pop them into the chat. I am reading the chat. I don't know how many viewers we've got. We do have a few in there, so let us know your race predictions. We do have a wet race, so everything's to play for. Doesn't really matter where you start, but here is the final qualification grid. Darkin getting very lucky there in the last couple of minutes of that qualifying session, taking pole by just 4 thousandths of a second, and you can see the rest on your screen there. So, here we go, people. Thank you for your patience. We do have more than 5 people in the session now. Blaze, I know you're in here. How do you think your race is going to go? Actually, you won't be able to type because we're starting, so never mind. Here we are, France Tier 2 Wet Grand Prix. And it does look like they're underway here. Danny gets probably a better start than Darkin. He's going to be on the outside. Going into turn 1, he does take the lead. Let's have a look. There might be some collisions going through turn 1. It is wet. There's grip. And there's Mafio there that's going off the circuit. Getting a little bit touchy there on the front end. It seems to be okay at the moment. They're going 3 wide. Now, round turn 3. Never a good idea. There could be some collisions here. And they seem to have all got through fairly okay. We've got a Haas round there. We've got Blaze who's round at the back as well. The 2 Red Bulls off to a really, really poor start here. But again, side by side, we've got Callum going off the circuit there. That would have been a warning for him, but he overtakes Dark in there for P3. Him and his teammate now going to go side by side, hopefully into this corner, but thinks better of it there, does Callum. We've got Tharlo and... oh, there's a bit of a collision there as well. Tharlo and Toby side by side on the opening lap as well. Tharlo losing out on a few positions. We've got Aguero and Side Effects coming down now into the 3rd sector. And still a lot of people going side by side. Side Effects, what a move there. And they're still battling it out through the wet conditions. The Side Effects moves on up. Toby and Tharlo still battling out. We've got 2 battles taking place all within a second of each other. Still side by side now, coming out of sector 3. Hopefully they can keep it both clean. We're going to go behind and on board with Alva to see this battle unfold a little bit better. Alpha Tauri goes down the inside, makes a little bit of contact there with the Aston Martin, but seems to have kept it on the track a little bit. Danny still in the lead, so up 1 position. Darkin not had a great start, unfortunately for him. Side by side again, the Aston Martin. Hopefully it's all clean. They're still battling out. We've got Toby joining in on the mixer now as well with Tharlo. And the 2 Ferraris side by side into turn 3. I think that's the move for Alpha done. We can still see the boys ahead trying to tussle up for position. But it still leads. Matthew, Hypnos having a little bit of a mare. They might get overtaken by Tharlo. What a free position that would have been. I'm just going to turn everything on so you guys can see it. But I think Agueros has actually been spun or had a bad exit or something, because he's dropped down loads of positions. And I've got a bit of a scratchy throat, so bear with me. We've got Joey closing in on the back of Danny all over the rear. The 2 McLaren drivers fighting, hopefully, for as much points as you can get in this race. Toby still all over the rear of Hypnos as well. So, all to play for at the time being. All to play for. I can't imagine France being an easy track to drive necessarily in the wet. All depends on the driver's setups. I know there's a lot of talk before the race on what they were going to do, but I'm glad, I think they're glad that they're on inters and not on the wet tyres. But as we end lap 2 and go on to lap 3, Danny still leading this race, followed by the 2 McLarens of Joey and Callum. Darkin. Danny in a Mercedes sandwich. Might see some overtakes down towards the back end of the field. We are still pretty bunched up. We are in the top 11 or 12 drivers, so no one's had too much of a bad start. Blaze picking up the first penalty of the race, which probably isn't as good for him as he might want, but Jamo, the second person to pick up a penalty as well. Now there is a little bit of a gap forming between Tharlo and Hypnos of just about a second, so we might see that. And Alva getting a little bit loose on the rear. We're going to see Junio overtake Toby there into the corner. Can Toby hold it back? I don't think he can. Will the Ferrari get 2 with 1 straight? I think he might, you know. Here we go, side by side. Pretty safe. Can he keep it around the outside? And if he does, this will be an amazing move. The wheeling squeezes him a little bit, goes off circuit, and I think he's going to get it done. Great driving there from Juninho. Toby trying to battle up Hypnos round this last corner. Again, this can be quite tricky in the wet. Seems to be A-OK from the time being. He's going to try and send it round the outside. Can he get the move done? Coming round this corner. And you know what, Toby? Hats off to you, because I think you've done that. A little bit of contact there, but I think we're A-OK. But the gap has really opened up now. 1.5 seconds. Mafio's all over the back of Tharlo. KO, for some reason, has left the session. I might have to invite him. 2 seconds. There is no co-commentator with me tonight, so please bear with me if this happens. There might be a few times where I have to do that, but hopefully not. Tharlo punching in the fastest lap of the race. Danny's still leading, and oh! Joey nearly going into the back of Danny, and this might open up the opportunity for Callum now to get involved in the mixer. Really close there from the two teammates. Loses a little bit of time on the exit there, using. Let's see if Callum can overtake Joey on the straight. I don't think he'll be able to. We seem to be settling down now. We seem to be settling down. There are still pockets and gaps all over the field. Tharlo's in a great position here. This is probably one of his first races without ABS, so he is a tier 1 driver with obviously his ABS on, but it can be quite hard to adapt in the first couple of races. Definitely took me some time to improve over the time. However, he's sitting nice and happy in P5. Didn't have a great race yesterday due to strategy. However, he does fight back. On board with Maudi now. The chairman in the Alpine car. A little bit scratchy through that corner. Hopefully he gets a better exit than side effects. And he's getting up real close now, potentially looking for an overtake out of the final corner. Let's see if he's going to make it a good one. And the DRS difference between the two is absolutely massive. We're going to see Maudi go to the left, to the inside of turn 1 here on side effects, and I think he's going to let him have it. And again, Maudi up to P11. But side effects says not for long. Going to try and fight that back here. The thing is, if they fight here, they're going to lose a lot of time. So if you play this right, you're going to catch up to that that front lane impact. But both drivers seem to be good racing at the moment. Hypno's losing the front end a little bit more. Blaze picking up another penalty there. Joey again couldn't get too close on the end of that straight there. He's potentially going to challenge Danny into this corner here as well. The amount of speed you gain behind another car on this circuit on that corner is absolutely unreal. Callum seems to be dropping off slightly, now down just to 9/10, but should be able to catch that back up in no time. So the gap now, Danny, the Mercedes driver, in P1, Joey and his teammate Callum in P2 and P3. Darken in P4. We do have a little bit of a change of position between Hypnos and the Ferrari driver. Him on the inside now, he's got to be careful here not to be squeezed. Can he get the cutback of Dreams? Puts the power down, and we're going to see a sprint now down into turn 1. Can the Williams driver of Hypnos overtake the Spanish driver in the Ferrari? He pulls to the outside, probably not the preferable line, goes back to the inside, thinks about it, but probably thinks it's the best idea not to fight that. Tharlo now getting a little bit edgy into that first right-hand corner there. Probably not the best line either that Darkin's put through there. Going over the curb, especially in the wet, can be a little bit tricky. But everything seems okay now for the front couple of runners. Again, a little bit loose there on the front end. Joey potentially looking for the lead of this race in the move. He does go side by side, and I think he's got it done on Danny. And this might lead Callum and Darkin to get back in this race. Here we go now. Side-by-side action. This is all we want between the McLaren and Mercedes driver. You really don't want to be touching each other in the wet. Can Joey stick it around the outside? Yes, he can. And he retakes the lead of this race after only having it for a few seconds. But what did I say? I told you Callum's going to be back in this race, and now he's only 5/10. He's going to be able to join the battle in the top 3 for the lead of this race. We do have a yellow flag, and that is Hypno's. Hypno's has spun, and we do have a safety car. Now, if I was drivers, I'd be having a look. Don't cross the pit lane, Hypno's. Cross the pit lane. Blaze didn't even get that. Agueros crossing the pit lane. Toby, 5-second collision. Wow. And pretty much half of the grid is in. Then Victor, is he staying to the right hand side of the line? He is staying out. So potentially the one stop is on. And to be fair, I don't know which one would be better in this scenario. Where if you stay out, maybe, yep, you can go a little bit longer on your first set, have some fresh sets towards the end. We'll see, but yeah, a bit of action so far, not too bad, KO rejoining the session in P11 there. Not too sure what to think about the race so far. There have been some decent battles. Obviously the wet conditions is proving a little bit hard for some of the drivers, especially on the front end. You would expect it to be a little bit worse on the rear end, but not in tonight's case. The rain is supposed to be due all race, okay, so we probably won't see any dry conditions, so a bit more fun for us. I don't know if there was a change of position on the safety car there. Maybe Mauri hanging a little bit too back, I don't know, going off circuit, I'm not too sure. I really do think any of the top 5 drivers currently in the session can put their name to P1 in this race. Don't think anyone's coming into the pit lane, and we just missed Darkin going over that there. I'm not sure if he went in. Toby the same as well. Not too sure. Is Agueros going to come in? Nope, he is not. We're seeing more drivers pit. Now Darkin probably didn't really want to pit that late. Toby coming in to get rid of his 5-second. Clever strategy from him. Get rid of the 5-second and go racing again. You can get it done on the safety car. He's got some damage, then do so. And he will come out ahead of Agueros. And the safety car should come in this lap. So Tharlo, free position for him there. Now the problem that Darkin's going to have all the way down in P40, yes, he's on fresh tyres. Will 8-lap fresher tyres make that much of a difference when you've got to get through, 8 or 9 drivers? Maybe. Well, it'll all come down to if he can get through this pack. France is not the easiest to overtake. It is a bit of a DRS train, and obviously in the wet you don't have DRS, so it is just straight line speed for straight line speed and traction out of corners. So I think the wet tests the drivers a little bit more than what you would be doing in the dry. So we'll all see in about 30 seconds. We will get racing once again. Joey leading the safety car restart. Just a little bit of standings update for you all to kind of show you where we all are in the driver standings. After Japan, Joey is top with 2 wins to his name. Then comes Darking with a win and two places. Callum is then third. Anton is a name that we haven't seen this race. He has not shown up for this race, so this is going to be a big loss to him, because Hypnos, KO, Danny, Cabra are all fairly close behind him. You know, Darkin and Joey are slap bang equal on points, and then literally one behind is Callum. So this race is massively important for those three. So we'll all see. We will see. It's going to be an interesting one. When is Joey going to go? What is going on down here? Right, whoever that is, they've just crossed the pit lane. So Blaze Rapid crossed the pit lane again. And I think we have got to make sure not to go side to side, people. And I don't know if that's a penalty coming Torino's way, but they have gone into this. There's going to be some side-by-side action from that Ferrari who did go side-by-side, so there's going to be, again, a lot of penalties coming into this race. Side effects trying to battle that Ferrari in front, and we've got Callum this round. Oh my god, that's massive! What has happened there? Absolutely massive for the championship there. Callum cannot afford to be that far down. Absolutely massive. We're going to keep our eyes on the front. Darkin up about 7 positions already, trying to hang it round the outside of Hypnos. Can he do it? There are 2 cars going side by side in the front. It's absolute chaos here. Absolute chaos. Let's try and get a little bit of a better battle between the front 2 there, going side by side. Joey still leading this race. Danny now in P2. Tharlo another free position up to P3, and we've got Alva in P4, and we've not too sure what the Red Bull driver is doing. We've got a yellow flag. Hopefully that's not a safety car in front of us. Oh no. I think he's retired on circuit, you know. I wouldn't have done that, Callum. All to play for. Literally everything to play for there. Darkin's literally only got 2 points in here, but unfortunate. Blaze Rapid, brake check, lost the ring. How are the tyres? I will have a look at the tyres, and ooh, this is King getting very twitchy out of that corner, losing loads of positions. Alva now getting a better run out on that corner of Tharlo. Can we see the Ferrari, the Alpha Tauri go side by side? Yes, we can. It looks like Alva's going to get the move done down into turn 1. Just going to put the tyres up for you in a moment when the racing comes down a little bit, and I think Toby's got Pastiguera around the outside of turn 2. Great move there. And side effects on an absolute powering run here. Joey picking up a 3-second penalty. Not good for the lead driver. That drops him back all the way down to P5. The side effects, I think, fresher tyres and the full traction, of course, is going to be very, very quick in this second stint. We'll have a look at the position changes. Alva up 9. Joey up P4 places. Matthew down 2. Jammer's having a great race. Unfortunately, does have a penalty there. They are getting a bit scrappy between this corner here, between Hypnos, Toby and Darkin as well. Looks to have a better exit than that Aston Martin. It's going to have the outside line, which is probably not the right one. Blaze retired, and there's another safety car. And we're back again. And this is why you don't retire from the race, Cam. This is why you don't retire. Thank you for the support, the leader of LIXE team. Really appreciate you guys being in here. Blaze, what happened? I know you're in the chat. What happened? Alva sitting in a comfortable 3rd here. This gives a chance for the top guys to come in the pit lane. Joey potentially crossing the pit lane there. Not too sure. I don't think it'll be given just because the wet conditions. It's very hard to see the white line. Maldy. Maldy white line. This is King white line. Oh, wowzers. Anyone who wants to report these guys can come back to the stream. Bam, easy. And Alva leads this race. Can you believe it? Up 11 positions, started P12, and the man, the Spanish man in the Ferrari, Carlos Sainz wannabe, is in P1. Now, a little bit suspicious. There was a tier 1 safety car last night. It was dry. Anyone with a pair of eyeballs can see that there is no barrier within sight that you could even crash into if you tried. Unless you were in Sector 3 and you somehow dropped it and went right into the barrier. I don't get how you could do that. I nearly did it, so I can see in rare circumstances, you know, that might occur, but there's no barriers anywhere. How are you crashing? How is there a safety car? Unless you hit someone, there should be no safety cars. It's all done on purpose. It's all done on purpose. I think, Blaze, that safety car was a little bit on purpose. I can't lie. You were near no one, and you just went straight to the barrier. So, I mean, fair play. I'm sure there's going to be people who don't like that. I'm sure there's going to be people that absolutely love that. Darkin, by the way, up to P4. So it looks like his strategy of boxing a little bit earlier has worked for him. Will he have to come in again? Most probably. Will the other guys have to come in again? I mean, they're going to do, give or take, 15 racing laps on those intermediate tyres. They can be done. They are going to be dead though. This is King. Another 3-second time penalty. Victor's in a great spot. P7 made 2 stops. Where are the others? Victor's made 2 stops. He's on fresh tyres. And then the next leader is Joey. So Victor could be on for a hell of a race here. Yeah, they're only 3 laps. Yeah, they're only 3 laps. I mean, Toby, Darkin, again, all on fresher tyres than the top guys. They're only off, 5-4 laps old. The next leader of this race is Joey, and after penalties it's Danny, so we will see, but I don't think a 3-lap difference on tyres is going to make a huge amount of difference. You can see the position changes there. Obviously Danny and Joey ignore those because they will come back up through the grid. Matthew and P12 as well. And the penalties there. Jamo racking up a 5-second and an 8-second. I don't know what he got the 5-second for. This is King picking up his first penalty as well, just earlier on under the safety car, which again I'm not too sure how it happens, but I'm not going to question it. And we will be racing fairly soon with Alva in P1 on the older set of tyres. I don't think he'll stay P1 for a whole lot longer after we start racing again, but it's all to play for in this race still. We're not even halfway through, and we've still got, people on fresh tyres slightly lower down, so we will see. And there we go, safety car has been recalled into the pit lane, and it is a very early call for the safety car. Always is around France. It's got to kind of go fairly slow all the way through their sector. Now on board with side effects in the Alfa Romeo, looking for a bit of a redemption race here. Will he be able to jump Alva off the start coming out of the last corner? ERS is on. And, ooh, I don't know if that was a false start or not. It seems to be very touchy there, I'm not too sure, but there are some battles going on a little bit further down. Darkin getting pressured by Toby there. Joey getting... I thought he got overtaken, but he didn't. Victor on the inside, moving up now into P8. And we've got a little bit of a tussle there as the Aston Martin of Toby slits through the middle of Darkin and Garros there. Joey coming in hot, round the outside. He is on the inside. Garros picks up the 3-second penalty, gets barged out of the way. Does Garros. And oh no, he's gone round! Stop accelerating, stop accelerating. It could be carnage. It could be absolute carnage. He's been pushed off wide there. I'm not sure if that might be a penalty coming his way. I think it was a little bit half and half. As Joey now comes onto the straight, trying to make that overtake. He is there. We're going to skip off that battle a little bit and come back to it fairly quickly. As Joey gets the move done a little bit further down, there seems to be some change of position for Darkin. Again, one up, and there's... Ooh. Not Victor, man. Not Tharlo as well. Oh god. We're not going to hear the end of it. We're not going to hear the end of it now. Jesus Christ. Let's have a look. Danny on the inside of Jamo gets pushed a little bit wide, goes off the circuit there, and there goes the Ferrari of Junio. Can he go around the outside to make it 2 in 2? Don't think he can. I think he's just going to bide his time in position at the moment. Toby only a 10th up. Be looking for the inside move there. Can he get it done? I believe he can, and I think he's got it done, which he has. Darkin now on an absolute power cruise up towards the top of the field. We're going to see Maudi. I just want to get on board with him fairly quickly before they go into turn 1. Losing a position there. I do have a major cold, by the way, so I do apologise in advance towards that, but it looks like he's going to come back round, both burning down into turn 3. Can Maudi get the move done round the inside? Clean racing from the pair of them. I'm not too sure. Maudi up the inside. What a move! Go on, son. Oh! Oh! Oh no! I don't know if... Yeah. I don't think anything went wrong there. No, I don't think anything went wrong. I think that wasn't really one's fault. I just think that was... Yeah. Unfortunate for KO. Very unfortunate for KO. Feel sorry for him there. But he joins the back of the grid with the other guys who unfortunately spun out. Maudi all over the back of this Ferrari, had a very poor exit there. Is he going to try it down the inside? No way. I was about to say, that'll be some pro-level shit, Maudi. Well done. Go for it. Go for it, son. Can he do it? I don't think so. I don't think so. But he's going to look to come back. He's going to look to come back. Definitely. Toby now closing in on the top 3. Really don't know who's going to take the victory here. Now that Mercedes has just gone really wide. It's going to leave the gap open for Toby. If he uses his ERS, which he doesn't have a lot of anymore, I would stop burning. Joey taking the fastest lap behind. And he's going to go down the inside of turn 1. Can he get that move done? Yes, he can. What a move from Toby, the tier 1 driver, pulling out all the strings tonight. And who has spun again? Ah, it'll be that man. Unfortunate. I'm not really catching any of the collisions tonight. I do apologise. But side effects now, a second off Alva, which is huge. DRS in ERS, sorry, ERS, not DRS, we don't have that. Is going to be quite a big part to play. We are flashing. Now, you can't tell the difference in the wet whether you've got no ERS or you've got some ERS. We're going to see, again, Toby down the inside of side effects. Is it going to make 2? I don't think so. Darkin having a little sniff up there. He's got a better exit here, but being blocked by side effects. What a defence. This is from side effects. We might see Darkin 2 in 1. They're going to go 3 wide. They're going to go 4 wide now, round this corner. Oh, what an amazing race this has turned out to be as they go round. Whatever turn this is, can side effects hold it? I don't think he can. But again, we're still going to go 3 wide round the left-hand corner. Currently leading this train is Darkin. Joey trying to fight away around the outside. He's got pinched. He's got pushed off as well. And they're going to lose positions. And side effects somehow comes out on top with Joey. 2.2 seconds now for Alva, which is massive. By the way, absolutely massive. Do you know what? I reckon Toby's not going to be too happy about that. as we see some tussle for position between Danny and Maldy. Going around the corner, all still very clean, and a little bit of touch there as Maldy makes the move up to P9. Joey seems to be very quick. He's already gained us, 2 seconds on side effects. Only a second behind Alva. The drivers going again side by side. Maffio, I don't know what you're doing, sir. You might get that removed on Julian. Yeah, what are we doing here? Both got penalties here. Still going side by side. We've got a bit of a battle going up ahead for P3. Hypno's currently leading this train. Side effects. And some of the battles we're getting tonight are absolutely phenomenal. I've had to quiet down a little bit because I feel like I'm screaming the house down. But we are getting a few battles. Darkin looking to get in the mixer as well. Joey is ever closing in on the top driver there. And what has happened there? Side effects now, the tyres looking a little bit dead. Trying to hold up the 2 Alfa Romeo drivers are side by side now as he flies past his teammate. And we've got a bit of a challenge for the lead coming through turn 1 and turn 2. The Ferrari driver, there's a little bit of contact there between the McLaren and the Ferrari, but I think Joey has got that move done unless Alva wants to stick it down the inside, which I don't think he will. If these 2 drivers were smart about this, they could pull a gap. Alva still needs to pit. So we'll see, but he's up 10 positions at the moment. He's cruising slowly. Got a lot more ERS, use it. Use it down the straights. You lose time in the corners, just use it on the straights. And he seems to be doing just that. I was about to say, no overtakes into this corner. No heroes into Sander Vart type of shit, but we move. As the McLaren driver Joey leads, followed by the Ferrari Alva. Hypno's P3, 3.5 seconds behind. Danny and Toby are getting involved in the mixer as well. And Danny's looking for a double overtake down this straight, and I think he might get it, depending if side effects is yield. He doesn't get a great exit, but we're again. We've got a pocket of like 4 different battles going ahead. Great driving there from the Alfa Romeo of side effects. Can the Ferrari go around the outside? Oh, hold it. We're going to stay on board with this. This is fun. And Hypnos is in. Hypnos in, the Ferrari getting bashed off the circuit a little bit there. Danny in as well. Oh no. Is Danny in? No, I'm tripping. Danny's not in. But again, we run down into turn 1. 2 by 2 they go. Victor retired in the pit lane. Unfortunate for him, he'll have something to say about that. But the Ferrari... Oh, for fuck's sake. By the way, I cannot tell you how much this helps Alva. I cannot tell you how much this helps Alva. I mean, he's got a penalty, yes. Can he still get top 3? Yes. Would it be a push? Yes. So who the hell knows? I'm gonna have a little chat in the tier 2. I'm just gonna have a look at what's being said. No one's actually said anything. I think anyone's as pissed off as what I thought. Matt's in P4. He's not doing too bad here. But that's all right for him. Jamo's done 2 stops, so he might not come in. But here we go. Here is the time of the riping of the penalties, people. Have a look at this white line. Clip the living shit out of everything, because there's going to be penalties coming. And by the way, Maldy's in a great position here. 1 stop. Okay, there's only 4 drivers in front of him who don't have a penalty. So realistically, he's net P5. These penalties, But we're going to have a look. Let's see who crosses the pit line. I'd be very cautious. I'd be, if I was anyone, I'd come in. 1 in, 2 in. No penalties. All clear on those fronts. Darkin, net leader of this race, potentially. No. No, no, no. Yes, this is King again. This is King crossing, and oh my god, side effects, why? No. KO, no. Everyone's going to come in. Hypnose is not going to come in. Hypnose might take the lead of this race. Oh no, he's got Delta. Never mind. Interesting stuff, and we'll have a look at the penalties just to keep you guys informed. Side effects got a 10-second penalty, one for speeding and another one for a collision with Toby, which don't know how well that's going to turn out, so we'll see, we'll see. Have a look at the interval lead here. Detail, everyone is on fresh tyres apart from Hypnose. We'll have a look at this here, and we'll just have to have a wonder. Joey's still under fueled, by the way, so Joey really needs not to burn here. I think if you've had 3 safety cars at front, and again, don't know how, you probably want to be in positive fuel by now. You've only got 7 racing laps left, so. Now, what is it with Maudi and these guys overtaking each other on safety car? What's going on? Tell you what, Maudi's in a great place here. You know, starting fairly down the grid. He's made the biggest jump apart from one driver on the grid, and that's Alva, and he's going to drop as well. Maudi could be on for, you know, at least 12, 13 positions changed by the end of this race if he keeps it clean. We're going to have a look at some of the warnings now for you. You can see the driver's tyres here. Maudi, he is on 2 warnings. Done very well considering he hasn't got a warning since lap 6. Darkin again, another person without any penalties, and with 1 warning which he attained on lap 16. Side effects has called Toby a prat in the chat, which rhymes. So well done when you're playing words there. I'm sure whatever they did wasn't unintentional, but these things happen in racing, unfortunately. Joey leads this race from Alva. Both got penalties. Darkin is looking to take the victory here and the lead of the championship. Matthew in P4 is going to drop all the way down, you know, a few positions. Hopefully Maudi doesn't do what I do and bottle it on the last lap when you're in P2 and get a penalty and drop down to P5. Probably not the best idea, but in a great position is Toby, followed by Danny and Hypnose. You know, those 5th, 6th, 7th, we've seen some great battles between the Aston Martin, McLaren's, Mercedes, Williams drivers all race, so managed to keep it clean. I don't know whether a penalty is going to come Toby's way. Side effects was on an amazing race until, you know, what happened with Toby and the pit lane, so that's again all to play for in that front. We will see. We will see. If you are not in the league already and you do want to drive, we are actively recruiting for more Tier 1, Tier 2 and Tier 3 drivers. We are roughly getting about 15 plus per race at the moment, but it's always nice to have some backup. So if you do have any drivers that particularly want to race on a Monday, Tuesday or Wednesday, do chat. I will send you a Discord invite. Alva's team, if you're still in here supporting Alva, let us know if you've got any more drivers. We can obviously accommodate if we need. But the safety car is now coming in. So here we go. The third restart of the race. Joey has led 2 of them. He's going to lead this one. Grid is very sporadic at the moment, very spread out. The cameras to restart this aren't ever the greatest. But we'll have a look coming out of the final corner, and I believe he has... Ready? Gone. Great start there from Joey, pulling over half a second under there, and we're going to see some rundowns into turn 1. All seems to be clear in the top. We can always get a little bit messy on the safety car restart going into turn 1, as Starlo losing out there. He's on for a big points as well if he can manage to keep this clean. Coming down now into turn 3, all looks fairly clean from the drivers here. Best restart of the day, I think. And oh, we've got Alfa Romeo. He's been pushed slightly there. It moves. He's still going side by side and loses out a little bit. Poor exit there from the Williams driver though. Swear to God, if that's another. Oh, Maldi, no. Oh, that's a shame. That's an absolute shame. Unfortunate there, picking up a penalty. Maldi going over that white line again. That would be a warning as well. But gets a better exit on side effects there, up to P8. He's going to get that position anyway. But again, we've got some more battles going on. We do have some more battles. The Williams, the Alpine, the Alfa Romeo, the Ferrari, and also, I believe that was a Haas driver. Oh no, it was an AlphaTauri driver getting involved in the mixer! There could have been some contact there. As Juninho moves down the order slightly. Jamo obviously 15 seconds behind. Another safety car would suit him fairly well. I think he's got a fair share of his penalties though, so not too sure. Tharlo looking for a move, can't seem to get anything done. The real eye is on either Toby here. Toby, Danny or Darkin to take the lead of this race. Joey absolutely powering out front. He really needs to make a decent gap in the next couple of laps. What would really help him is if Alva backed off a little bit, slowed into Darkin. KO picking up a penalty there. Jamo's in the pits and might retire actually, which is unfortunate for the Haas driver. We will see. We will see. But the gap's still second out to the leaders there. Darkin not having the best of corners there. We've got KO in. Agueros going side by side. And into the wall you go, sir. Unfortunate there. Again, I'm not entirely sure if that was anyone's fault. It is in the wet. You've got no traction. I'm not too sure. We'll see what the stewards report has to say after. Because it was rammed in Tier 1. It will be rammed in Tier 2 as well. Jaro, what are we doing? Are we on the inters? Are we on the fresh inters, or are you mucking around and going on the soft? No, you are on the inters. The gap. Still at the top. There's a 10th. Tharlo on side effects here. Oh! Jesus Christ, that would have been absolutely chaotic after the race. If we went in and played pro clubs after that, I swear to God, Jesus Christ, that would have been chaotic. But up to P8 Tharlo goes. He will gain... will he gain anything under the penalties? He won't at this current time. So we need to get a jog on. I'd be burning everything at this current time and just trying to push and do your best to try and get up that list. But everyone seems to be settled in position now. Trevino looking to get that move done. But up ahead, just slightly, we're going to see Toby go up the inside. And they're still going to go side by side around turn 1 and turn 2. The Aston Martin can't get in front of him. Mauri and side effects again side by side around turn 2 as well. Still going for it. We've got a Red Bull on coming around the outside as well. Still keeping it clear. And not too sure was he left enough room or not. Side effects. Another penalty at that corner. What's going on? He's going to cut him off. What are you doing? But the Ferrari driver on the right hand side. Here we go. Trevino out on the outside gets pushed off a little bit there. He might have some penalties to actually be taken off here. Darlem getting the move done on Hitmo's here. Hitmo's going to try it round the outside. Not. What are we doing here? Well, that was your own fault. That was your own fault. Maudi, another 3-second time penalty there, so he's going to fall down the list slightly. But here we go. Darlo, 2.4 seconds of clear road ahead of him. He needs to get his foot down if he wants to make any kind of moves. It's going to help him that Toby and Maffio are fighting. He could be on for in top 3 position here if we get this sorted. And we've got, who have we got round? Garros again? Yeah, Garros again. Unfortunate. Not had a great race, has he, Williams driver. 2.3 seconds now, 2.2. Still moving. Danny's getting involved in the mixer as well, just behind. 2 seconds now the gap. If it keeps going at this rate, he should be able to gain some positions under the penalties. He's due to be P6 at this current time. He can get P4 if he gets in front. Giovanni, the Ferrari, making the move on Maudi there, looking to get the move back as he cuts the corner, gets a little bit squeamish through turn 2. I think he's lost all hope now, but he's burning down into turn 3. Can he make the late lunge? He can't. Not really a corner where you can do that, unfortunately. But the top 4 have all spread out over a second now. This is King picking up, I think it's second or third penalty now. DJ Danny, 50% ERS. Toby's got nothing left in the tank to use. With almost 3.5 racing laps to go, he really needs to regain that ERS, which shouldn't be too hard in the wet round here. There we go, Matthew getting squeamish on the exit there as Toby looking potentially to go up the inside. That's a bad move. That's a bad move. Contact was made, go around that corner, but he has got the move done. As Matt again, oh, fucking hell. I don't know. Really good for Tharlo though. Like, really good. Up to P5 in this race is Tharlo. He's the one to watch at the moment. This is who I'm putting my money on for the top 4. All he needs to do, catch 1.8 seconds to Danny. Bam, got it. But Danny, side by side with Matthew now down into turn 1. I don't think Matthew is going to give it a hard play here. As he looks to cut back, but I don't think he does. Do not tell me that's another safety car. It can't be, actually. So, fuck it. It's not going to be a safety car. 1.6 seconds now, Tharlo, as the battle continues. Darkin is on for a win here. Alva is actually on for a P3. Roughly. Which would be a great race for him. Definitely my driver of the day if that comes through. But we'll have a look. We might have Joey and Danny in the party afterwards. So definitely want potentially Tharlo in as well for some race interviews. As the Mercedes driver getting a little bit hoppy over that curb. Toby is looking to regain the position that he lost with the collision with Matthew up ahead. This is King is retired on the circuit. What's going on here, boys? Come on. Yeah, so Danny's just out of that 3-second gap of Alva. Joey will get P3 regardless. If he can pull, another second out on the lead, we might see some improvement. A decent set of corners there for the AlphaTauri driver. And that begins our 5th DNF. As we have 2 racing laps left. Toby using everything that he's got. I think he's going to kind of derate before the corner. Is he going to make it hard? He is going to make it hard. Toby up a position there. These guys really don't want to fight too much, because could be on some decent points, Toby and Tharlo, if they keep this in check. He's lost out a load of time. An absolute shed load of time. The gap sits at about 2.7 seconds for the top 2. Joey is making some moves, and Darkin has got past him. So what's happened to Alva here? I don't know, but Darkin looking to win this race. He's got 8 tenths, and I think Alva needs to get back in front of him if Joey has any hope of winning this race, even with his 3-second time penalty, and or if Darkin gets a penalty. Tharlo's falling off a little bit there. Is he going to gain anything? We gained P6 in this race, which to be fair is not bad, considering where he started. It's going to be roughly the same position, I think, right? yeah, he's going to gain up 4 positions, so not bad race in the whole. But we seem to have settled down in the streets of Paul Ricard here. It's a shame that we're not going to race here in France anymore. It would have been a great Grand Prix to visit, especially if you're a Renault fan. Which I know they don't race in Formula 1 anymore, but it would have been nice. Or an Alpine fan. They still race. 2 seconds, 2.1 seconds is the gap, nearly 2.2 now. Can he pull 8/10 this lap? It doesn't look like he can. But it's all to play for still. 44% ERS. We've got low fuel, really low fuel for the McLaren driver. Hopefully he doesn't run out of fuel here. We are flashing. This could be quite pivotal. Pivotable? Oh, I fucking know. I don't know. Can't English. 2.5 seconds though. There's no way. I don't think it's going to be done, but we'll keep a good eye on it for you. 2.7. Come on, Joey. Burning absolutely everything here. It looks like Darkin is going to take the victory off the circuit. Matthew getting a little bit squeamish there. We've got Junio go side by side with the Ferrari driver coming around that corner. Gets pushed a little bit wide there. And after a jam-packed race, people, after a jam-packed race with collisions and spins and 3 safety cars on circuit, we've got Joey who's going to come home and win this on circuit but lose it out on penalties. As he crosses the line to finish those 27 laps, it will be Darkin to win Tier 2, extending his championship lead, followed by Joey. No, what the fuck? That's massive. What have I just witnessed there? What has just gone on? How did you DNF over the line? What? We've got Darkin in P1. Started first, had a great race, 2 stops, finished first, followed by Joey, who may finish in P1, up 3 positions there. It's a great race from Joey. Danny starts P2, loses out. Alva, what a race, P12 to P4, up 8 positions. What a great race from the Spanish driver. Farlow in P5, up 5. Mafio down to, no surprise there from our resident Brit. The Brazilian of Janino in 7th, Hypno's P8, LDF1, KO P9, and to round off the points, Amaldi. Up 6 positions though, can't complain. You know, KO, what a race as well, considering he was disconnected for half of it. We will get... Can we get some drivers in here? Race director? Can we get Joey? Yeah, we can get Joey. View game card. Let's have a look. Let's have a gander. Invite to pie. DJ Danny. Invite to pie. Let's have a gander. Let's have a chat with these drivers here. But those are your results. Darkin extending that championship lead over Joey by a few points. It's everything to play for still. Callum, unfortunate DNFing. Really big hit that he has taken there. We're still trying to get these guys in. Hopefully they will join. But Danny, P3, he says he'll take that. Darkin, fantastic race as per usual from the driver there. And if these guys don't join fairly soon, we will reconvene at a different time. Just trying to get Joey back in. Can you hear me, sir? Right, let me see if the pie overlay. Let me just turn this on so people can more options. Pie audio on. You should be able to include your audio. Just let me know when you've done that.
Yeah, good to go.
Awesome. So P3 in that race. Run us through it. It was a decent race from what I saw. Had a few good battles. Stayed out of trouble for most of it. You know that you're pretty lucky for some people getting penalties around you, and obviously there was some collisions. How did you find that?
I mean, the first half was a lot less stressful than the second half. I think that early safety car, because obviously the front half of the grid was, through this past the pit lane at that point, and it kind of screwed us over a bit. And I think being out front was, I just didn't have the straight line speed. I mean, I was quick through the corners, but Joey had so much better straight line speed, and that's what got me eventually. I mean, I think we had a great battle for, half a lap, and I tried to hold on, but you know, it was tough. And then obviously having to do overtakes with that straight line speed deficit was quite difficult. But luckily, there was quite a few people tripping over themselves that allowed me to make my way up. And but I don't think without those, mistakes from others, I would have been able to make as many overtakes as I did. And obviously keeping it clean as well with no penalties helped as well. So I'm happy with P3, but I think, P2, maybe P1 was on the cards if we didn't have that safety car.
Yeah, I think so, and I don't know whether people are going to get some penalties for crossing the pit line. There is a lot of there was a lot of faults tonight with the pit line. I don't know if any of the top two were involved in that, and again, I don't know whether Joey will actually keep a hold of P2 or whether he'll revert back to P1 after his penalty. We will see shortly after. But it was a decent race. There was a lot of action-packed stuff. Well done. And you guys can catch us tomorrow for Tier 3, where I believe it's Matt and Callum commentating tomorrow. So you'll be able to see it all over again around the streets of the Paul Ricard circuit. But yeah, catch us then. Enjoy your week, whatever you do, and tune in tomorrow.